Hello everyone, Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching. I've got another Monday quarterback video for you. I'm going to play this video and talk about things that I think that are going on and better explain what's going on and talk about things that I think that are being done right and or done wrong. This is from Wisconsin earlier in 2025. I believe it was January 2025 when this occurred. And it was in March that they cleared this deputy in this deadly incident. So, Oneida County deputy was cleared in a high-speed chase that ended in a deadly crash. 28-year-old Matthew Johnson was killed, and 6 people in another vehicle were hurt when Johnson crashed during the pursuit. It happened January 17th on Highway 47 in the town of Newbold. I'll skip this part because it will end up being summarized later in this factual summary part. So, on January 17, 2025, at approximately 9 p.m., Deputy Beddish observed a male subject standing next to a black BMW parked at the Shell gas station located on the corner of Highway 47 and River Street in the township of Crescent. Deputy Beddish then observed the individual look at Deputy Beddish's marked squad vehicle and immediately look away, putting his hood up. In response, Deputy Beddish drove past the black BMW and ran the vehicle registration through the computer located in Deputy Beddish's squad vehicle. Upon doing so, the DOT records displayed the vehicle being registered to a Matthew Johnson. Those records indicated that his license was suspended or revoked and that Johnson had a prior conviction for operating while intoxicated. The deputy was aware that Johnson had recent contact with law enforcement, resulting in his arrest for criminal violations of operating while revoked and bail jumping. With that information, the deputy performed a Wisconsin Circuit Court access search of Johnson, at which time the deputy learned Johnson was released on bond in 2 pending misdemeanor cases. One of the said bonds included a non-monetary condition that Johnson was prohibited from operating a motor vehicle. Based on all that information, the deputy decided to make contact with Johnson. As he turned into the Shell gas station in an effort to make contact with Johnson, he observed Johnson operating the black BMW, pull out of the Shell parking lot, and then drive northbound on Highway 47. Deputy Beddish, in an attempt to catch up to Johnson's vehicle, also turned on the Highway 47. After a short distance, the deputy squad vehicle was positioned behind Johnson's vehicle, traveling northbound on Highway 47. Once behind Johnson's vehicle to confirm that it was in fact the same vehicle, Deputy Beddish ran the vehicle's registration through the Oneida County Sheriff's Office Dispatch Center via his squad radio. Dispatch confirmed the vehicle was registered to Johnson and that Johnson's driver's license was revoked. Upon confirmation, Deputy Beddish notified dispatch that he would be performing a traffic stop on Johnson's vehicle. At 9:14 p.m., he activated his emergency red and blue lights to perform a traffic stop on his vehicle. Johnson's vehicle began to slow down, activated the right turn signal, and pulled onto the right shoulder. Johnson's vehicle was nearing a stop position, and Deputy Beddish used his squad vehicle spotlight to illuminate the interior of Johnson's vehicle. He observed that he was the sole occupant of the vehicle. Both vehicles came to a complete stop on the right shoulder of Highway 47, at which time Deputy Beddish placed his squad vehicle into the parked position. As he was about to exit his squad vehicle, Johnson's vehicle suddenly accelerated at a high rate of speed, traveling back onto the roadway, driving northbound on Highway 47. Deputy Beddish followed his vehicle with the squad vehicle's emergency lights activated. While attempting to catch up to him, Deputy Beddish activated his emergency siren and notified dispatch of an active 1080, which is their 10 code for vehicle pursuit. He also informed dispatch of the current road conditions. As Deputy Beddish continued to attempt to catch up to Johnson's vehicle, Deputy Beddish traveled at speeds in excess of 115 miles per hour, reaching a top speed of 120 miles per hour, while Johnson's vehicle continued to gain distance ahead of Deputy Beddish's squad vehicle. From the location of the attempted traffic stop to the location of the accident, Johnson traveled at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour for a distance of approximately 5 miles. As Johnson's vehicle continued northbound on Highway 47, nearing Bridge Road, Johnson attempted to pass a vehicle traveling northbound. However, due to an oncoming vehicle traveling in the southbound lane, Johnson attempted to pass the northbound vehicle by traveling on the right shoulder of Highway 47. As Johnson passed the northbound vehicle on the right shoulder, Johnson lost control of his vehicle, and Johnson's vehicle drifted towards the tree line of the road while the northbound vehicle was braking. Johnson's vehicle then slid in front of the vehicle, braking, continued to slide across the northbound lane, crossed the center line, and struck the vehicle that was traveling southbound. Upon striking the vehicle traveling southbound, the said vehicle spun off into the ditch of the westbound side of Highway 47, and Johnson's vehicle, having sustained extensive damage, came to rest in the middle of the southbound lane. As Deputy Bettish came upon the accident, he notified dispatch of a 1050, which is law enforcement code for traffic crash. Deputy Bettish's squad vehicle came to a stop. He exited his squad vehicle and approached Johnson's car, yelling, "Show me your hands." Johnson was unresponsive. The deputy attempted to determine the status of Johnson, and other officers arrived on scene to assist and attended to the occupants of the vehicle located in the ditch. Said vehicle contained 6 occupants, all of which were injured. In an effort to get a response from Johnson, Deputy Bettish approached the vehicle and observed Johnson laying across both driver and passenger seat. As additional emergency personnel arrived on scene, Johnson was ultimately removed from the vehicle to allow emergency personnel to attempt life-saving techniques. Johnson was declared deceased at the scene. After a review of all the information, the person writing this believes the evidence establishes that Deputy Betch's actions were justified when initiating and continuing the pursuit of Johnson's vehicle. And then they go into Wisconsin laws, talking about why they believe he was justified. And this was the District Attorney of Oneida County, Jillian Pfeiffer, that was writing this. So, let's go into the dash cam video, and then we'll see some scene photographs. All right. Here is the dash cam footage. There's nothing wrong with the audio. It's just in its buffer mode. Here in a little bit, the audio will kick in.
and children screaming for pain. Show me. Okay, go check on them, man. Go check on them.
Fire, please respond, 40. Bridge Road, 42. Bridge of Oneida. And first responders, please respond, 47 and Bridge Road for a 2-week
I got an off-duty Dane County deputy who showed me his identification. He's checking out.
Not sure why the audio has gone out. There's a lot of redactions in the files that they released. They even go so far as to redact the schedule that the officer works. They won't even say what schedule he works because it's a potential risk to law enforcement. They are very redactive happy. But this is pretty much it on the dash cam footage. I mean, you'll see some more people here and there, and they eventually drag his body out of the vehicle and have him off to the side of the vehicle where they work on him. The fire department gets there. They were going to cut the roof off the vehicle or something like that, and they decided to just drag him out. But yeah, not much else there. So let's jump out of this and then go look at the scene, or actually not the scene photographs, but look at the photographs of the vehicle after they've recovered it. All right, so this is the engine from the BMW. So you notice in the dash cam footage, there's a big fireball. Something went flying. That was the engine from his vehicle that launched. And so this is at the, I guess you call it, police impound. They've recovered or towed the vehicle to there for storage. There was also scene photographs, but it's nighttime, can't see it very well. And I thought that these kind of showed a better image of the guy's vehicle. And it's just gnarly. Luckily, he's the only one who died in this. Thankfully, the 6 family members in that SUV were not killed. They were injured, but they were not killed, thankfully. It could have turned out a lot different. I don't know what they're redacting. I suspect it's probably something that has blood on it. Wisconsin DOJ is very super redactive. Like the stuff I've reviewed from them, they redact almost everything that they can. So I can only imagine that this is something that has blood on it. They even go so far as to like put the redaction boxes on reflective surfaces so that you can have an idea of what it is you're looking at. I've noticed that on some vehicles. Like there would be a body laying next to a vehicle. They got the body covered in the box, and then they put a box over the side of the car to block their reflection, as if you're able to make out any details in a, blurry reflection, like this right here. Like this is just a little bit of a reflection, but they would block that out so you couldn't make out shapes or objects. This is a wallet with contents in there, so obviously blocking out probably driver's license and credit cards. Go figure that found some paraphernalia and some drugs. I mean, look how, like, you can't even make out any of the other words on this document, but yet they go through the length of putting redaction boxes. Like, if I can't see what the hell this says, then what the hell makes you think I can see what that says? Man. Just these old court documents. You know, it kind of intrigues me the amount of just random clothing that people keep in their car. A roll of toilet paper. Another roll of toilet paper. I keep baby wipes in the car. I don't keep toilet paper in the car. Oh, that's just weird. Again, must be something that contains blood on it. I have no idea what else it could be. This has to be more than just stuff that has blood on it. Like, I don't understand the need to redact so much imagery. Why even, at this point, why even include the photo? You can tell they screwed up in this one. So, look, this is how stupid this is. This is how incredibly fucking stupid this is. You can see what is obviously going to be blood here and blood here. So they goofed up and released a photo that was uncensored. And that's it. Put a little box over it. Like, it's stupid. Fucking stupid. Oh, I forgot to put the blur box over that little bit of blood that you can't even really tell is blood. It's so dumb. That kills me. This tiny little blur box just to cover some blood. So stupid. And here they've placed the vehicle in further containment, as it's a piece of evidence in a death investigation. All right, that's pretty much all the photos there. Thought y'all would see those and find those to be interesting. So, there's a bunch of more files for this case, but like I said, the scene photos, it's all at nighttime. Can't really see a whole lot. This is obviously in better lighted conditions, can see things a little bit better. There's a whole investigative report on it, but it's several pages long, and there's just so many redactions in there. It's annoying to read. It really is. So thought this was the highlights. Thought it'd be interesting. So I guess there was the fact that they cleared the deputy in it. I guess there was something at some point they were looking at that the deputy could have done something wrong. I don't think that from the get-go the deputy did anything wrong at all. But obviously there's these people out there that think that police do everything wrong and are trying to demonize and vilify them at every chance they can. And it being a pursuit, I can only imagine that there's a bunch of people whining and crying about endangering the public with pursuits and blah blah blah. I don't see that argument. I don't believe that law enforcement endangers the public whenever they go pursue people. It's the people who are running that are endangering the public. And by creating no pursuit policies and no pursuit laws, that only emboldens and empowers the criminals. It actually makes things more dangerous for the public. This guy is a dude that should not have been driving, right? Like he had been revoked, had been driving under the influence, and had been caught doing stuff, and it was specifically ordered that he's not to be driving a motor vehicle, but there he is driving a motor vehicle out on the roadway, and he obviously knew he wasn't supposed to be doing anything, which is why when the officer saw him, he quickly turned his head and pulled his hood up to conceal his identity. That's a dead giveaway right there. Had that dude not even done that, this deputy probably never would have paid him any kind of attention. That is honestly how a lot of people get themselves caught, is they act suspicious like that. yeah, like I don't know why this dude thought that this one random officer would automatically be able to identify him just by looking at him and passing by and know instantly that he's not supposed to be driving. I guess it's the mark of Cain that, you know, people have when they know they're doing something wrong that they're, you know, they can get caught for and get in big trouble for. I guess it's just that paranoid thinking or whatever. Had he not tried to look away and conceal his identity, this deputy probably never would have paid any attention to him whatsoever. The only thing that could have allowed the deputy to know otherwise, had this guy been acting normal and everything, is if he had a license plate reader installed in his cruiser and it was configured to be able to scan license plates and then pop up notifications about whether, you know, the registered owner has a revoked or suspended license or something like that. That would be the only way to know just by passing by. Otherwise, it's people's behaviors, it's people's attitudes. That is one of the biggest giveaways when trying to catch people doing dumb stuff. You'd be amazed like how many people get themselves caught. Alright, not much else to say about this video. If you like what you hear and see, go ahead and give me a like and a share. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more Monday quarterback videos. Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching.